Cain leaves his family a legacy of generational selfishness. So you have generational pride. That's I'm so great. I am very impressive. And the generational selfishness, this is everything's about me. I want what I want. It doesn't matter what it costs anybody else. Of course, you see this, again, right out of the gate with Cain. He so wants to be approved of. He wants that favor. He wants that virtue. He wants to feel like he lets it consume him, and he wants what he wants no matter who it costs, even if it costs his brother his life. And so he murders his brother because not only is he proud, he is selfish. And you see this culminate in Lamech, seventh from Adam. Lamech is the first person in the Bible to take 2 wives. Verse 19, Lamech took 2 wives. The name of the first one was Adah, and the name of the second one, Zillah. So he's not satisfied with the pleasure and the offspring that he can have with 1 wife, and so he takes 2. And Lamech, what he ends up creating with that is a cultural and familial legacy that spreads out to everyone. So much so that God has to actually deal with this reality of culture for hundreds of years. Do you realize one simple thing that many people don't realize, and it causes all kinds of problems with interpretation, is that if the Bible describes something, that does not mean that God approves of it, okay? So sometimes people are like, oh, Christians say that, marriage should be between 1 man and 1 woman, and just like this, not polygamy and not anything else. But look, in the Old Testament, there's like polygamy all over the place. It's like, okay, right. Just because the Bible describes something that God, in his patience, deals with, does not mean that God approves of it. It does not mean that it is God's command. It does not mean that it's God's desire. And so Lamech, he takes 2 wives. He wants what he wants, and he does not care what happens. And seen in this ominous context of Genesis 4, you can also see the fundamentally not just arrogant, but selfish, self-serving interests of the technological achievements of Cain's family. The most obvious, again, is Lamech. His son, Tubal-Cain, for example, creates what could be an ambiguity, edged instruments. And you think, is he creating farm tools or weapons? Well, notice the very next verse. Lamech is boasting about how much violence he can inflict on other people. So what do you see here? Human beings, they learn how to craft edged tools. And Lamech looks at what his son has made, Tubal-Cain, and he goes, I know what I can do with that. Humans have been boxing for a long time here. What I can do with that is I can bring a knife to the fist fight. That's what he does with it. He takes the technological advancement that his son innovates, and he turns it toward his own ability to dominate other people.